My signature look is something that I call angel makeup, so I'm going to do that on my client Jane today. This look is something that I call a crowd pleaser because everyone looks good in it. I want her eyeshadows to really pop, so I'm prepping her eye with some concealer. Even if you're doing a really simple natural look, I think it's important to always prep the eye. For eyeshadows, I'm using two different products. First, I'm using the Pillow Talk palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the 4 Quad, and I really love the colors in this because they're not too pink, if that makes sense. Then I'm using the color Kitten, which you can see right here. It's such a beautiful pinky champagne color, and that's going on the first 1/2 of her eye. I laid down some chocolate brown eyeliner, and then I used the Ardell Demi Wispies for lashes. Now, I really love a dewy foundation, but of course you can use any foundation that you like. I'm blending in my Haus Labs foundation with my BK Beauty 101 brush. And yes, I know Jane has beautiful skin, but I'm still doing a full coverage look. The reason I'm doing that is because this is a glam look. Now, I'm spending a few minutes to really push this into Jane's skin, so even though it's full coverage, it's still gonna look not heavy and cakey. So the more you push, the better it's gonna look. I'm using thin layers, so her skin is gonna look flawless. Now I'm going back in with that Rare Beauty concealer, and I'm highlighting all of the high points of her face. Then I'm setting it with some translucent powder. The purpose of angel makeup is to make you look glam but not overdone, so even the contouring is done in a very, very soft way. I want my client to look very angelic, so I don't need anything harsh. I'm using lots of pinks and lots of shimmer. If you really want your highlighter to pop, it's important to set all the areas that you don't want to look dewy. And for me, that's usually the T-zone with a little extra on the forehead. My favorite highlighter of all time is Cookie from Benefit. It just leaves the most beautiful dewiness on the skin. As you can see here, I can't get enough. I just got this new NARS lipstick, and it's a little darker than I would normally use, but I thought it looked beautiful. This is by far my most requested look. Pretty much everyone that sits in my chair is like, do angel makeup on me, which is really nice because, like I said, it looks good on everyone. Honestly, my goal when people sit in my chair is to make them look and feel like a goddess, so I feel like this look just does that for them.